Mario 2. Let's hope my controls work. They do work. So I have never played this one before. I know it's a lot harder. Alright. Save states work. What? What killed me? What the fuck killed me there? What? Huh? That was weird. I literally went to jump. Oh, was it a poison mushroom, maybe? Maybe it was a poison mushroom. Hold on, I was not paying attention. That poison mushroom? Well. Yeah, it did look a little bit different. Oh shit. Bird up there. I'm very not precise. Hey, level 1 done. So I save at each level, so that I technically have like unlimited lives. Because I'm bad at these games and I will not really get through it normally, I think. Just like that. See? Wait, what would the continue give me? Guess I'll try that next time. I'm sure it'll happen. Oh, I didn't jump. Shit. Wait, I got a checkpoint there? I got a checkpoint? I didn't see the checkpoint. No, I do start at 1-1 back. Okay, so let's load. There's a checkpoint there? It's like a not visible checkpoint. Shit. I gotta play this patiently. Patiently. I feel like not in control. Maybe I should use D-pad. Wait. I don't know. Ah, overshot it. Yeah, I do have like a checkpoint here, so I guess I'll take it. Just when I run out of lives, I won't be able to see where my checkpoints are. Oh my god. What? How did I not die there? I'm pretty sure I touched the plant. God. Oh god, I fucked it up. And I fucked it up again. Maybe I just gotta get used to the controls again. Oh god. Like, I need to get used to the fact that you need to start to get momentum with Mario. He starts out slow. Why is there a blooper in the sky? Aren't bloopers, like, supposed to swim underwater? I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I just don't understand Nintendo games. Shit, I knew that. Sucks I can't see the actual checkpoints. Like in the first game, I believe you had like checkpoints, right? Oh well. Oh god, no! No! Oh god. Bad. I thought he would go up again. Oh, you ass! It's only what, level 3? What? Okay. I got another bad shroom. Oh shit, that was a flag. I didn't expect that. I thought this level would keep going on. Good. I need no checkpoints. Already at the end of World 1? Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, I missed that again. Oh god. Ah! So this is a poison shroom, right? No, it isn't. But it doesn't matter if I fall in the lava, right? Then it doesn't fucking matter if you have a shroom or not. Too shit at the game to grab it even. Yes! There we go. Can finally afford one mistake. Oh my god, I can't believe I dodged that. Oh, shit! Oh, gotcha! Yeah, first try, bitch. Oh. Oh, you ass! Fuck you. Oh shit. Oh. Why during a game that I suck at? Thank you for the raid, Camel. How was Elder Scrolls? Welcome everyone. I suck at 2D platformers. This is my first time playing Lost Levels, and it's hard. Come to see the suck. Yeah, if you would have been like an hour earlier, I was actually playing Quake 2. That's a game I'm actually good at. So you could have actually seen like some decent gameplay instead of this shit. But hey, thank God for emulators, so I can actually put a save state at the start of every level. Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna play this with a limited amount of lives. You don't come to Twitch for decent gameplay. You also came for the suck. That's good. Then you're at the perfect stream. Yeah, I don't like to have, you know, the cheesy save state abuse, because at that point, like, what's the point of playing the game, right? Fuck. If I were to, like, do a save state after every jump or something, like, I do want to beat the level in one go. Holy shit! Oh. I thought we got launched into space there, what the fuck? So yeah, I will just do a save at the start of each level. But what I've noticed about this game, compared to the first one, is... maybe I just misremember it, but... weren't there checkpoints in the first game? Now, when I died earlier, I did load somewhere in the middle of the level. Which I assume means there are checkpoints, you just don't see them. But because I'm on my last life, I can't know where the checkpoint is. First game, when you get game over, you hit up and A to continue. Ah. I heard about something like that. Shit. I just can't get used to the controls where, like, Mario needs to gain momentum. That's hard for me to get used to. Oh god, no! Shit. It's a hidden secret continue. Imagine the amount of people who played this back in the day on original hardware, and they struggled for hours and hours and hours. All the frustration of having to restart the whole game. And then later you find out there's that. This game doesn't have a secret continue. I'm just happy with emulators. Holy crap. Or just like a lot of... Ooh, star. Certain remasters of games. Shit. See, this is how bad I am. I get a star and I still fail a fucking jump. There's like certain remasters of classic games that give like semi-emulator features as well as like rewinding or like save stating as well. So I appreciate that. Oh my god, why is there so many of these fucks? Earlier I was playing some more Quake 2. The remaster of that came out, which I was very happy with. Quake 2 is actually one of my favorite games. Favorite FPS games, specifically. Shit. He slides all over the place. But not only did Quake 2 get remastered, they added a whole new episode to it, and they added the N64 levels to it as well, which is fucking awesome. Which is the same that you have on the PS1 version. And I was wanting to play the Quake 2 on PS1. But now I can just play the levels on PC with the remaster. So let's not fuck it up. God damn it. Shit. Quake 2 was the first game you bought when you got your own PC. Nice. It was one of the games we had. We had a shitty Windows 98 PC. And like 90% of what we owned was just demo discs. And, well, my brother was like 7 years older than me. I was 7 years old, so he was like 14. So he kind of got to pick and choose more of the games, because, you know, he was older than me and he knew more about the games. So there were a handful of games we had. One was also Unreal, one was Duke Nukem 3D, GTA 1. Later we got GTA 2, but Quake 2, that was the first Quake game I got. Sadly I didn't get to grow up with Quake 1, I only played that for the first time a couple years ago. And I actually do love Quake 1 as well. I actually, like, even though I've been streaming Doom and Doom WODs for a bunch of years now, gameplay-wise, just pure gameplay-wise, I actually enjoy Quake 1 more. Just because of... Not saying I don't like Doom, I love Doom, but... the amount of speed and freedom of movement is so liberating in Quake. And the quick weapon switching as well. It just makes the gameplay more intense. Whereas in Doom, I still... When I get back to it, I get very annoyed with swapping the weapons super slowly. Delicious coffee, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. And in Quake 1, the weapons just switch instantly. Now they do swap a bit slower in Quake 2, but I do like the movement more in Quake 2 compared to 1. Oh god, I didn't wanna... Shit. We're launch into the moon again. Oh no! Oh god! Okay, that was pure luck. But yeah, the movement in Quake 1 I usually need to get used to a bit. What the fuck is that? Oh, well I just got... Oh no! No! Jesus. The movement in Quake 1 I usually need to get used to a bit, but like Quake 2, instantly got used to it. That's a bad mushroom, I think. Oh god, no, not again. Oh, I'm so fucking dead. I'm so fucking dead. Where am I gonna land? I don't... No! What the hell are these springs? my god. But yeah, I'm very curious to the new episode they made. They did a great job. Well, actually, there were 2 new episodes in Quake 1 Remaster. One was shit. Whoever made those levels did not know anything about ammo balancing, so you're gonna run out of ammo insanely quickly. It was called Dimension of the Past or something. That one was shit. But the other one, Dimension of the Machine, that one was solid. Absolutely loved that one, and was visually very impressive as well. So I'm hoping and expecting the Quake 2 episode to be very good as well. But I'm first just playing through the original campaign and expansions. Whereas one of those expansions had like a lot of turrets, which I really hated. Maybe I won't hate it as much again because I'm a bit better at the game now compared to when I played it last time. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Oh, that's a bad shroom, I'm pretty sure. Let's not grab the— No! Damn it. This is only Metal World 2. And I've had people tell me that the lost levels are pretty fucking hard. And I can see why. See, it's a simple jump like that I can't make. I don't know what it is with me in 2D platformers. I don't know why I suck at them. Like, I'm pretty decent at most games, because I've been gaming for all my life, so I'd say I'm decent. I'm not terrible, but RTS games I'm kind of bad at, but I know why that is the cause, because RTS games you need to micromanage and optimize. That's my issue. I get too distracted quickly during RTS games where I'm not microing enough, not reacting quick enough. So I know why I suck at RTS, but I don't know why I'm bad at 2D platformers. I just can't have good timing with jumps. I don't know. Maybe I'm too focused on one spot on the screen. Maybe I hyper-focus on Mario and I don't see all the other crap that's going on the screen. That could be it. Jesus. I need to be more calm. Maybe I'm just impatient. Maybe I need to play more patiently. I like games that flow, where I can keep moving forward, but if I do that in this game, I die. So maybe I'm just not playing patiently enough. And then I let go of the jump button way too early. Oh, nice hit. Right as he was down on the ground, hell yeah. So I'm genuinely wondering, like,
I'll climb aboard.
if I were to not have an emulator, if I'd just be a kid who had this, I wonder how many times I'd need to... He just didn't jump. I wonder how many times I'd need to retry to actually get good at the game, because that's the whole thing, right? You keep redoing, replaying, and then you get good at it through repetition. And for certain games, I don't mind that. But with these games, I maybe that's why I suck, that I use save states. Thank you, Family Will, for the follow. I appreciate that. But I do wonder how long it would take me to get good at it if I were to just if this was the only game I had and this was the only thing I could play. So that I would actually play with limited lives and redo it, the level over and over until I actually improved. But then again, at the same time, if you do that, you memorize the levels as well. So you get more of that trial and error. And I don't mind trial and error. But again, for platformers, I just want to get through it. Oh, good thing that shell went to the left. Thought I'd hit it to the right, and then I'd get hit by it and killed, because that wouldn't be a surprising death for me. See, and I then failed to grab the star. Oh my god. I was playing a great RTS game earlier today called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is super underrated, in my opinion. It's basically Age of Empires 2, but with a Star Wars skin. And it has an easy mode that I can beat. But it's just really fun. And in terms of difficulty, at least compared to Age of Empires 2, I mean, Age of Empires 2 is brutal in my opinion. I played that game a couple times. I mean, I played it a lot in the scenarios. But the campaigns, oof. There was one level I got pissed off so hard. Because the enemy would, like, build a wonder right at the start, which means you're on a time limit. And since my weakness is being efficient at the game, there's no way I would, like, efficiently be strong enough to destroy the wonder. God damn it, I overshot it again. I'm stuck on this one part, holy crap. Not even Donkey... You know what the thing is? People say Donkey Kong Country is like one of the hardest platformers. I think this is harder. I played Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. And that shit was way easier than this. I don't know what people are smoking saying that Donkey Kong Country is super hard. Alright. Wait for the thing. Almost was too early. Alright. I don't care about that plant, even though it might be a shortcut. Don't care. No! Overshot it again! What the hell? Ugh. Okay. One day. I'll beat this level. That was my fault. I let go of the jump button too early. I have a tendency to do that. Again, maybe it just shows damn too impatient. I'm way better at FPS games. And that could be because I just played so many of them as a kid. Most of them the sharewares, you know, the typical stuff. Doom and Heretic, Wolf 3D. Although when I was a kid, I just played that with God mode pretty much, because I was still bad. Except Heretic, Episode 1. As a 7-year-old child, I managed to get to the final boss in Episode 1 in Heretic without God mode, or without any cheats. But then the final boss kicked my ass, I couldn't beat him. Because I didn't know what strafing was. Because back then you'd play like with a keyboard and mouse. Or without mouse, I mean, just keyboard only. I played that. Oh god, no. But I was very proud of reaching the final boss as a 7-year-old. The skid noise, and you keep forgetting, only exists in this game. Really? I thought it was in the original as well. Huh. Guess I was wrong. Musa used still keyboard only. Easier than gamepad. Oh, I don't use a gamepad. I just use mouse keyboard. So like A and D for strafing, and then mouse for like aiming left and right. And then you can like very easily side strafe almost anything. But back then, oh god, I was greedy for the mushroom. Back then, I mean, we did have a mouse, and I think at least Doom did have mouse support in some way, but I think you had to set it up and stuff. Because I did hear somewhere Doom had mouse support. But yeah, I'd play like with the arrow keys. And then like no strafing, like left and right arrows would not be strafing, they would just be like turning left and right, which is terrible. And then control to shoot, space to open doors. That's probably how I played. I mean, you wouldn't use the mouse to aim vertically. You'd use the mouse to aim left and right. And then you'd have your keyboard spare, you'd have, you know, spare fingers to be able to strafe more easily. That would be the reason why you'd want to use mouse and keyboard. So that you have extra room for your fingers to strafe. It makes strafing easier, basically. Because now you use your mouse to turn instead of your keyboard. What was the first game with WASD? You know? I have no clue. I have no clue. But whoever came up with that was a genius. It's interesting how FPS games on console had to like figure out what the good control set was as well. Which, surprisingly, Medal of Honor on PlayStation 1 did it pretty well. I'm not sure if any of you have played Medal of Honor on PlayStation 1 before, but that game has aged surprisingly well. I played it like a year ago or something, maybe a bit longer ago. And wow, it actually did not feel shit to play. I was very impressed by that, and I got the sequel as well, Underground, which I am hoping to play sometime soon. I have it right here. And I'm gonna assume it will have the same control scheme. Oh no! Every time this part... Oh my god. I'm pretty sure there's like some PS2 shooters that were like less comfortable. I think some of the Call of Duties, at least the first Call of Duty on PlayStation 2, not the one on PC, because they were different. I think Call of Duty 2 was a big improvement, because I played those as well. Didn't really like how it felt in the first one, but the second one was a lot better with the aiming. Even though I really don't like playing FPS games with a controller. Hitman 2 for the PS2. Teach you to gamepad FPS, got physical headaches, never got far. Interesting you mentioned Hitman. Because like a month or two ago, I played the first Hitman. Which was the first time playing a Hitman game for me. And it was very fun. A bit janky at times, but it was very fun. I played it on PC though. But Hitman Codename 47? Yeah, that was fun. Oh my god, I made it. Bastard! Oh crap, please, please, please. No! No, no! Oh, what? Those Goombas were like, you shall not pass. Die by the sword, I don't think I'm familiar with that. What kind of game is that? Hitman 1 was fun. Again, the jankiness was a bit annoying. Like, the AI of the enemies would be very weird sometimes, but it was pretty fun. I'm looking forward to playing the second game. It was like a birthday request of one of my friends, because he loves the Hitman games. It was hilarious to have the level in the Netherlands, which is where I live. You'd go to the harbor in Rotterdam, and you'd have these very, very poorly voiced Dutch voices, and there was like this one guard in a mission, and every time you talk to him, he'd insult you in Dutch. But it was voiced so terribly. It was the funniest shit ever. Because it had subtitles, so I could read what he was saying, but like the pronunciations of the insults were terrible. And that's why I liked it. Thought it would be good because slower pace, but nope. So are the PC and console versions different of Hitman? Because it's been like pretty weird in the earlier eras with console and PC games. So you'd have like, for example, like Call of Duty. Call of Duty on PC and console were completely different. Same with Quake 2. But nowadays, you know, they're gonna be the same on console and PC. Yeah, usually the PC was the good version, except with like Nintendo games or like even like earlier games. Like it more kicked off like in the 90s, I'd say. Like in the 80s when you had like the early all the other early consoles, the Nintendo stuff. I believe then we had like shittier games on PC. Like, I remember it took forever to get decent 2D platformers. You know, we had like stuff like Commander Keen, where that actually became a bit more decent, and like Jazz Jackrabbit, even though Jazz Jackrabbit is like super zoomed in, which is a bit annoying because you can't see what the fuck is in front of you when you play that. It was a hack and slash. Controls were janky near Tomb Raider level. Oh, yeah. I mean, Tomb Raider 1 has some jank as well, but it is consistent. Surprisingly consistent with the jumping, I think. But yeah, there were, you know, one thing about Hitman 1 is the replay value was surprisingly good. Every time I failed a mission and restart it, some things would be randomized, which was very cool. You know, like, a certain objective would be in a different area. I think that was awesome. That's something we don't really see in games that much. Everything is too consistent, usually. So, like, for example, in the Rotterdam level, you'd have to, like, there's, like, a meeting where they, like, sell some stuff, sell some guns, whatever, and you have to shoot them in a warehouse. But to get to the warehouse, you need to crash a train to destroy the gate. But the warehouse they have the deal in would change every time you restart the level. I think that was super cool, because I had to, like, actually pay attention to where the car is going with the tracker to see which warehouse I need to, like, crash the train in. Holy shit, what a bad jump. Or like the hotel level, which was very fun as well. You'd have this one guy you needed to kill, and like sometimes he'd be swimming in the swimming pool, sometimes he'd be in the sauna, and you'd get like totally different opportunities to kill him. That was cool. It just gives you so much replay value. Even, like, I'm even trying to think, like, what if that was, like, a thing in some of my favorite games? Like Metal Gear Solid. I love the Metal Gear Solid games. So what if every playthrough you did... Oh god! Every playthrough you did, guards have, like, different patrol routes. And items would be in different locations and stuff. That would be actually pretty cool. Because yeah, it is cool to be like experienced and knowledgeable with the game. So you know where all this stuff is, right? You play Doom, you know where the shotgun is, you know where the chain gun is. But what if that's like a different location each time? Like, I think that adds some interesting stuff, if it's done in a balanced way, of course, because you can't just randomize the location. You do have to still put thought into, like, where you put it instead, so that it stays balanced. Oh, you asshole. Alright. I got this. Boomba Squad. Oh my god, it took me way too long to beat this. Holy shit. But yeah, replay value is an interesting topic in games for me. Because I remember when I was a kid, and probably many other people remember the same thing, is when they finished a certain game, you'd usually, like, instantly replay it, in some cases. And some people will say, oh, you know, it's just because you were a little kid, you only had a small selection of games. And sure, that probably added a bit to it, you know, if you only had very few games, what were you gonna do, right? You'd probably replay the newest game you had because the other ones are less exciting. But I still feel like, you know, there's some kind of design as well that could, like, make a game more replayable. I think the most recent example for me would have been Doom Eternal. When I finished that, I actually instantly wanted to replay it. Because I enjoyed it that much. And, you know, just a couple days ago, I went back to play Ratchet Gladiator, also known as Ratchet Deadlocked. I completed it, and I was motivated to just play New Game Plus, to replay the game again on New Game Plus, because that was fun. So, I don't know. Oh my god, what the fuck is that jump? Oh, maybe I had to go to the Piranha Plant? What the hell? Interesting. Risk of Rain 2. Oh, that's the roguelite shooter, right? Because I know about Risk of Rain 1. I haven't played either of them, but I know it got a sequel, which was like a big step up in like graphics and stuff. Always very happy to see like a certain popular indie game get like a sequel. Definitely one I still need to play. Oh god! More different than a linear setup. The only thing the Risk of Rain 1 did bad was pacing. It is interesting, like the whole idea of replaying a game got turned in like a genre and like a thing with like roguelite games where you're supposed to die because then you progress through the game. Which is like one way to do it for sure. Ah, I had a feeling there'd be like a hidden block here. Wait, am I stupid? Can I... Okay, so there's some weird mechanic. If you get speed, you can get more height. I saw I could reach that. One of my favorite roguelite games... To no one's surprise, probably, would be Hades. Hades is excellent. And that's because you have like you have choice over like the upgrades you get. It's like maybe it's just me because I know some people like it more, but like I'm not a big fan if my upgrades are like completely random and I have to get lucky to get the good upgrades. So in Hades, you get to choose all these pathways and you have to have like a control over like what kind of upgrades you get, right? Because you're in a room, it's like, oh, I can get this upgrade, that upgrade. So you can kind of like be smart about what you get. Bolt Gun. I've played Bolt Gun. Bolt Gun is very good. I'm very new to Warhammer 40k. I played like Warhammer 40k Rights of War, which is like a strategy game, turn-based. Which surprisingly enough I managed to beat. But I got Bolt Gun. Yeah, it's not perfect, But I think it is very good. Like, I think there's a little bit of balancing problem with the shotgun that feels underpowered. I wish there was a bit more variety in the boss fights. Shit. But overall, it's, I think, like one of the best FPS games to come out this year. How the hell do I do this? Oh my god, that is nasty. Played the miniatures game, not like proper gamers. Ah. So, my life coach builds miniatures, and I've been looking for a new hobby. And hopefully within the next year, I'll be getting a new apartment where my, like, the place where my life coach works has, like, these special apartments for, like, their clients, where they can live, like, for 3 years. And I'm willing to pick up a new hobby, and I love crafting stuff, so when I get my new apartment, I'll probably, like, start making miniatures as well with his help. Like, he'll probably help me get into it. So I'm not sure if I'll play the game, because you need to collect, like, a whole lot of stuff before you can play it. So I'll you know, I'd probably just want to craft things. You know, just put them together, paint them. But probably not really get into the game. But I really recommend Bolt Gun. It's like similar to Quake, I'd say, gameplay-wise. A lot of people compare it to Doom. I don't think it's like Doom. It's way more like Quake. Because the game focuses a lot more on movement speed. Like, it's more about jumping around. Oh, goddamn, jumping around. There's a lot of verticality in Bolt Gun, which I like. I think that's something that doesn't get explored in a lot of FPS games. Amount of verticality. Play the game without being handcuffed by expensive models. Just use proxies for the minis. May work better for higher flexibility. You didn't like Quake 1? I can see that. When I first played Quake 1, I didn't like it as much. My main complaint was the enemies are too tanky. That's why I didn't like Quake 1 originally. Because I'm used to Doom. With Doom, you'd be able to have more enemies on screen, so they were less tanky. But because Quake got 3D, hardware was not able to process as many enemies on screen, so they had to make them tankier. Character too fast. In Quake 1? Oh, I feel like in Quake 2 you're very fast as well. So maybe I'm wrong. I do prefer the movement in Quake 2. I just feel like I'm more in control in Quake 2. But there's also a lot of nostalgia for me in Quake 2. But I have started to appreciate Quake 1 because I got, like, more efficient at swapping my weapons. I got better at using the grenade launcher, which is essential. And then I got, like, decent at it. And the tanky enemies stopped being a problem for me. So then I actually started appreciating it. But yeah, Quake 2 I love so much. So I'm currently playing through Quake 2 as well. I was playing it like a couple hours ago. And I can't wait to, like, play the new episode and try the N64 levels. God damn, this is so weird, this jump. I'm actually gonna run out of time. There's like... How am I gonna get through this? I also really appreciated that. If you own Quake 2, you just get the remaster for free. Which you don't see many companies do. There are some shitty things about Quake 1. I'd say like the boss fights are shit. Then you of course also have the enemy despawn, which is just garbage. I guess the only thing I really like more about Quake 1 is instantly swapping weapons. But yeah. I think in general I do prefer Quake 2. But I still love Quake 1 as well. It's generally very cool to see the comeback of, like, the fast-paced shooters, you know, boomer shooters, as many people call them. Because they died out the last few years, well, last few decades. Oh god, why did I do that? Like, you know, Halo and Call of Duty and stuff pretty much, became popular, and you didn't really see games like Doom and Quake and Unreal anymore. And then, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason. That is literally the reason why FPS games got slowed down, because they had to put it on the controller. Game devs realized, like, hey, consoles are selling more, because, you know, you got the PlayStation and the Xbox and all that stuff. So that was where the money was. So they wanted to sell FPS games on consoles, but they didn't know how to, you know, translate that. Because you can't really play a fast game, or at least back then, couldn't really do it. Because you didn't have the buttons like on a keyboard to switch to an arsenal of 9-10 weapons. Yep, same with RTS. Although you don't really see many RTS games on console. But yeah, so they compromised it. You had the 2-weapon limit with Halo. But it was very popular. Halo was so extremely popular. And I like Halo. But I don't like what it did to FPS games. Yeah, they slowed the game down. They gave it a 2-weapon limit so that you could play it on the controller. And yeah, you didn't really see fast-paced FPS games anymore. Yeah, I definitely had the same feeling many years ago. I mean, I still, you know, I prefer fast-paced shooters to games like Halo, absolutely. But I still managed to appreciate it for what it was. But it is interesting, and I guess in a way frustrating that, you know, the consoles kind of caused like a regression in a game genre. In a way. Where it became less about speed and, like, reaction skills. And it became more about, you know, choosing loadouts and flanking and taking cover became more tactical, which isn't necessarily bad, but it can't, you know, it's less adrenaline. So I can, you know, to a lot of people it is boring, yeah. I actually still need to play the Castlevania games. I do have a bunch of them, and I do want to stream them. I haven't gotten into them yet. But I can't give my opinion on Castlevania, sadly. But in general, regression with games is... Now, I'm gonna sound very elitist, but for years consoles have been kind of limiting innovation and growth. And I'm not trying to say that as some kind of PC elitist, even though I am mostly a PC gamer. I own a bunch of consoles that I enjoy playing on. But if you have a console generation that is like a set of hardware, any game will have to be made for that set of hardware. All while, like, hardware on PC is constantly evolving. So, like, because games need to constantly be made for those consoles in mind, it just limits how far games are being pushed. So in a way, yeah, like, consoles just kind of halt the progression of, like, innovation and, like, growth in games. You will admit carrying 10 weapons and a ton of ammo in a boomer shooter is ridiculous. I mean, in terms of realism, I don't care, really. As long as it's fun. And oh god, I should not have jumped there. I was not paying attention. What I love is thinking the whole time on the spot. I love to have, yeah, exactly, of what gun to choose, right there on the spot. Because if you play an FPS game with a 2-weapon limit, you're usually gonna have, like, what? A short to mid-range weapon and a long-range weapon, or something like that. Like, for me, if I play a game with a 2-weapon limit, I'll probably have a sniper rifle and an assault gun. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Change that stuff for the sake of, like, gameplay reasons, not just because, oh, we're limited by controls, so let's hamper the design. I absolutely agreed with that. But because Halo was so successful, it became the norm for so long, which is so weird. Oh yeah. I mean, there's no discussion about that. Having a keyboard and mouse, you're simply gonna be more accurate than the controller. Where's the block? There it is. I'm never gonna get over this, holy shit. I might actually do a save state here because that is ridiculous. But yeah, the most fun for FPS games is like... I think Doom Eternal would be the best example. That's my favorite FPS game ever. Like, in my opinion, it is the best FPS game ever made. Because it has that constant flow, that constant addictive feeling of I want to keep playing and I want to keep thinking. Games that make you think on the spot are super fun and addictive because it like releases a lot of like dopamine or some shit in their brain. Because we're constantly solving little problems in our head. Because as humans, we like to solve problems. It gives us a satisfying feeling in our brain. So if you're playing something like Quake or Doom, and there's an enemy up close, you switch to the shotgun because that's the best thing to choose. You see an enemy farther away, that's gonna shoot you if you stay too long. And you pick the railgun because that's accurate long-range damage, and you have a reload to get in cover. And that will constantly, when you're in that flow, you will constantly keep thinking of what is the best weapon. So when you play a game like Quake or Doom or something similar, and you're constantly switching around your weapons as the scenario changes, then you're constantly thinking and solving like tiny little puzzles in your brain with what the most optimal weapon is. And then there's a weapon, there's an enemy behind the corner, and it's like, oh, I swapped to grenade launcher and bounce the grenades around the corner. It's so much fun. Yeah, railguns. I love railguns. In my opinion, every FPS game that is not like a realistic take, so like not World War II shooters or like modern military shooters, anything with like fantasy, right, or whatnot. Any FPS game should have a railgun, in my opinion. Yeah, Shadow Warrior also had a railgun. I love railguns. Absolutely. Quake 2 definitely having one of the best railguns ever. What's your favorite 2D FPS? I in general have a big soft spot for bold engine games. So like the Holy Trinity, Duke 3D, Shadow Warrior, and Blood, I absolutely love. Those games are just some of the best. And for the most part, I've grown up with Duke 3D. That was one of the few games we had the full version of back in the day. Although first we still had the demo shareware, so I played the hell out of the first episode. But then later we got the full version, and yeah, I was so happy. So that was like, I know Duke 3D inside out. I even speedran it a little bit. I speedran the first episode for a while. I'm not, an active speedrunner, but I was curious to try out speedrunning one time, and I chose Duke 3D, so I kind of speedran the first episode a bit. Maybe one day I'll try the other episodes as well. All three are almost as good as each other. I do think all three of them have their own strengths. Blood especially is very good in terms of like atmosphere and stuff as well. It's hard for me to pick one. Nostalgia has me biased at Duke 3D because that's the one I grew up with. Well, yeah, all three are amazing. And then, even more recently we had Ion Fury, which was also made in the Bold engine, and you just instantly have that familiar feeling of the Bold engine. Even though the Bold engine is a piece of shit. It's an impressive piece of shit, but it is a piece of shit. I've made levels in the Bold engine in Duke 3D, and holy crap. Maps will just crash for no reason. I'd have like a perfectly made map, and it would just crash whenever I'd like enter a certain room for no reason. Or certain things would just not work. I created like water sectors. So you'd like in Duke 3D, if you make like a water sector, you need to copy the above water sector and the underwater one and just link them through like something. But for some reason, it would just glitch out and Duke would like keep teleporting. It has like the weirdest bugs for no reason. Yeah, I made like a handful of maps, but my issue is that my maps would be too big often. And eventually, after too many tries, too many random crashes, I gave up, and then I started making some Doom maps. Which thankfully Doom Boulder is a lot more consistent. Doesn't crash as much. Mario Kart 64 maps. Oh, nice. That is surprising. But you never know what will work online, especially. I know back in the day I played like the original Counter-Strike a bit. There's some weird random maps that were definitely custom made. But they worked, it was fun. Can I not jump here? I don't think this is possible. No, I can't have any momentum. Alright, I'm actually gonna save state here, because this part is ridiculous. Can't get up here. Alright. Oh my god. Okay. No! Well, at least I saved here this time. I don't like doing save states mid-level, but for this part, holy crap. But yeah, I'm just so happy with the fast-paced FPS games making a comeback. I think Doom 2016 kind of sparked it a bit. Although it wasn't as fast as some others, but you know, you didn't have a weapon limit. It felt old school in comparison. Oh god! I made it. Then we had like some indie games, you know, like Ion Fury, A Medieval Dusk, which were like heavy hitters. And I think Doom Eternal just like kind of hit the nail in the coffin. Well, not in the coffin, but like it really just made a big statement. And now we're having all these cool remasters as well. Night Dives is like remastering all the FPS games. Some very niche ones that like I never thought I'd see remastered. Like Chasm the Rift. It's like a game that almost no one knows. I actually had the shareware back in the day. I was surprised to see that one got remastered. Moosey. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. You don't know it. Yeah, there we go. Camel knows it. He knows Chasm the Rift. Recently we got... Wow, that was an easy level. Recently we got Rise of the Triad Remaster. I'm actually playing through that on Fridays. But I'm not a big fan. Some of the levels are stupid as fuck. Like, anything like Wolfenstein 3D and like similar. I like the gameplay. I just hate how a lot of the maps are like mazes, and I'm like, where the fuck do I go? Oh, Rise of the Triad is basically like a more advanced version of the Wolf 3D engine. And it is an FPS, but you have like a lot of more objects on the map. You have a lot of verticality as well. And it's not the game itself that I dislike, it's just that some of the maps are shit. Where it's just unclear where to go. I'll still keep playing it for about 2 hours on each Friday, but as long as the maps are gonna be confusing, then I won't be enjoying it fully. The more linear maps I do like. Oh god. Oh god, what the hell is this? But I still appreciate it got remastered, despite not being able to consistently enjoy it. I believe Sin is also getting like a remaster. I was very happy with System Shock Remastered. I never had played System Shock before. Oh, what? I got blocked by the thing. Playing System Shock for the first time. Wow, I fell in love. And it was one of the very few games I enjoyed being lost in, because it's something with the atmosphere in that game that made it fun to be lost, as odd as it sounds. Because it just feels so mysterious. So I really loved System Shock. Yeah, it was, technically Rise of the Triad was very impressive, because it, you know, basically grabbed the Wolf 3D engine and like cranked it up a notch with vertical movement and all that stuff. Again, I like the game, except for some of the levels that are just poorly designed. You just like press a switch and then something happens, but you don't know what. Oh, I can't believe I made that. One game that was also remastered that I really did not like was Turok. The first Turok. Holy crap, what a piece of shit game that was. Again, the combat was fine, and the weapons and everything. But the fucking maps, you had to like find all the keys in each map to progress. And a lot of these keys would be like hidden in areas that might as well be secrets. I had to restart the second level like 5 times and I still couldn't find all the keys, and I was like, fuck this shit. If any kind of progress is like feeling like having to hunt secrets, then yeah, I will hate the level design. Yeah, now we have like a lot of indie games. There's almost too many. There's so many indie game FPSs with like the old school style. Like too many to name pretty much. Why does the fire stick only spawn sometimes here? Oh, I got an extra life there. Hey, no, there's no fire stick. I guess because the shells hit it. What? That ball instantly came back. What the hell? And surprisingly, like, I mean, I guess it's also because you have the objective screen in Quake 2. There's a lot of backtracking, but I never really am truly lost that often. But the remaster does have a nice function where you can activate like a GPS that tells you where to go if you get lost. I've occasionally used it a couple times if I wasn't too sure where to go. That's pretty nice quality of life improvement. Oh, again. That was so close. Holy shit. Oh no! Fire stick. I also remember a Wolf 3D engine game. I forgot what the name was, but it was like with animals and you threw water balloons or some shit. I had like a shareware of that. Forgot what the name was. What the fuck? Oh! Get some! After 1,000 years, I beat World 2. World 3. I don't even know how many worlds there are here, but I'm determined. And I'm gonna play for like 15 more minutes or something. Power Rangers, yes. Definitely not. I'm definitely old enough to know that. I actually watched some Power Rangers not too long ago, out of pure nostalgia. And even though I don't care much about the stories, it is fun to just see the fighting scenes. Too old? Ah, no one's too old for the Power Rangers. And the games are also, like, great potential. I mean, like, just anything like that, like Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles. You can just make these fun beat-em-up games, and you can have them co-op. I have no clue how I'm just like YOLOing past that hammer, bro. That's the demographic when it was released. Oh, okay. Ow. Ninja Turtles I also really need to like revisit and actually watch all of. There's so much stuff from my youth that I need to rewatch in its entirety. Because, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't have time to watch every single episode. You'd only, like, catch an episode when it happened to be on. So I never got everything. So, Transformers. I actually have not watched much Transformers, but it is definitely something I'm also interested in because it looks cool. For me now, what I'm rewatching in its entirety, I literally just finished Dragon Ball Z for the first time because that was like one of my favorites. So I finished that for the first time. And now I've started with Dragon Ball GT, and I'm just gonna watch all of that. That series is special for me. Oh, is it water level time? Watch me first try this. Watch me second try this. Watch me third try this. There's also some Dragon Ball Z games I want to play. Of course, like the main fighter games, but there's a very interesting RPG game for the SNES, which is like a turn-based RPG. I was actually thinking about maybe starting that today, but then I chose this game instead. I did consider it. Great water levels, absent. Not gonna lie, I feel more in control in this level than the normal levels. I don't know why. Even though I'm not really a fan of water levels either. What? I can't stomp the fish? Shit. But I know water levels are kind of universally hated by people. No one likes them, I think. Oh god. If you do like water levels though, there's a cool DOS game called Escape from Dr. No, not Escape. In Search of Dr. Riptide. I believe it's a DOS game. He plays like a little submarine. But I do believe it doesn't have floaty controls. That I had a shareware of back then. It was very fun. But you do have to like watch your air. Oh yeah, it's pure water. I really recommend it. Although I've only played, you know, I only have my memories of playing the shareware as a kid. But definitely, I'd say, look up In Search of Dr. Riptide. I generally do love underwater stuff. I'm a big fan of, like, exploring the unknown. So I love games that take place in outer space. But I also love games that are, like, very underwater focused. So this year I played Subnautica for the first time, which was such a good game. Holy crap, I love that. I loved every moment of Subnautica. That game is like I guess the pacing gets a bit worse near the end, but like in general, it is such a good game. You hate flying games like first-person flight combat? Absentia, I mean. You love Subnautica as well. You know the artist that designed a bunch of creatures. Nice. And mostly you hate flying games, but love space games. Yeah, that can definitely be a bit of a conflict. Me loving space naturally comes with loving Star Wars as well. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. Actually, earlier today, I was playing Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is Age of Empires 2, but Star Wars. So if that sounds good, then I recommend that as well. Star Control. I do not know that. I need to look that up. Let me look that up, because that sounds interesting. Star Control. It is on Steam. Well, a certain version is on Steam Origins. It's probably like a remake or something, right? About the original came out in 1990. Oh. Top-down view. Let me see. Game 1990. Like, oh yeah. Then maybe you love Astro Rock 2000. Although it is like more arcadey. But that's like a very fun game. It's actually one of like my favorites as a kid. But I don't know if that's like as action focused. Let me show you. Astro Rock 1000. Is it gonna have commentary? I hope not. This game I loved. Oh, is it just music? Fuck, I thought it was gameplay. No. Gameplay. I want more than 50. Okay, let's just do 56 seconds. This game. It's pretty chaotic though, but it's like one of the later levels. It was not as chaotic as this when I played it. Like very arcadey chaos. Where's the music? Why don't I have the good music? It's like rock music.
Let's rock.
Ah, music.
Roadkill, yeah.
Oh, what? It's a bit less chaotic at the beginning. This person apparently is very bad. He keeps flying into shit. Yeah, they're really bad. What the hell? Come on, show me some good gameplay. Shoot stuff. Okay, this person is very bad. Holy crap, this person sucks. I have some good gameplay. Come on, please not suck. Show me good gameplay. You get like so many weapon upgrades and stuff. Does everyone suck at this game? Oh, it's very loud, this one. Shoot your upgrade. Yeah. That was a good shot. I love that one. But I only had the shareware of that. I did think I bought it online, but like I couldn't get it to work properly. I think you can officially buy it on like an official website or something. I don't remember. But yeah, space games, I do love them. Anything that takes place in space. So any Star Wars game or Dead Space or like, you know, Doom. You know, Doom takes place in a lot of space as well. Or just any movies that... Oh, thought that was a solid object. Space movies. Space movies are very good. Shit! You want to play Dead Space? I recommend it. The original one. Haven't played the remake, but I heard it's very faithful. I played the original Dead Space like a year ago. For the first time. It was very good. Solid game. Mass Effect is also very fun. I've only played the first one, also very good RPG. Loved it. Still need to play the second Mass Effect. Why does every spring in the game launch me into the atmosphere? I'm wondering the same thing. It's crazy. I just have to guess where I'm gonna land. Yeah, I've seen the gameplay. Wait, hold on. Oh, Dead Space. Every FPS was Space Marine with new assortment of lights and armor. Oh, the armor design you don't like of Dead Space? Shit. Of course, a couple days ago, we got the release of Starfield, but you know, I don't buy games on release, and it's Bethesda, so I'm not expecting Starfield to be perfectly functional. That's the same frickin' Koopa that killed me. But I'm hoping that, you know, in a bunch of years, hopefully Starfield will have its patches and everything, and hopefully be the best game it can be. One very cool space game I actually played with a joystick and thruster setup is Elite Dangerous, which which is very fun as well, very immersive. Starfield doesn't have good immersion, really? They say it's pretty unbuggy for Bethesda. Yeah, I heard the same thing. That it's like one of Bethesda's more stable games at launch. Which is good, I guess, for them. I've seen some gameplay, it looked fun, but... yeah, it's, you know... I never really buy games on release. The only game I bought on release, the last one, was Doom Eternal. But I think buying games on release is not a smart thing. Because you pay the most money for the least complete version of the game. Which makes no sense, right? Like, why would you do that? If it's like you spend $60, $70, what have you, on a new game, it's gonna have the most bugs because it's early, and it will not have the DLC. And then fast forward a couple years, you can get it for a fraction of the price on a sale. And it will have the patches with less bugs, and very often it comes with, like, you know, a special edition with all the DLC included. So I don't see any reason to buy games on release, unless the gameplay is super niche and you can't get it anywhere else. But hey, if I want a space RPG, no, if I want to play something like Starfield, I can be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play Mass Effect 2. That's another RPG in space that I could play. So that's why I never really buy modern games, really. You mostly see me play and stream older games. As I work my way up a game franchise. Starfield is all instance locations, and once you unlock them, you just teleport around the nodes. Is that required or optional? Can you also just choose to travel manually? Because the whole appeal of an open world is the exploration, right? And, you know, sometimes fast travel can definitely be a convenience. But if, like, all you do is fast travel, the whole point of the open world kind of disappears. Oh god, I probably need to find out the puzzle here. Well, I don't know the puzzle. I don't want to figure it out, so I'm gonna look it up. Mario Lost Levels 3, 4 route. You have to go down, stay down. Okay, so it's literally down the whole time. Oh no, wait, there's a part 2. No, this is not the right one, is it? Alright, let's just watch a gameplay video. Alright, down. Oh, maybe it was the right route. It is just down the whole time. And then you gotta go up. Alright, so it's down and then up. Gotcha. You could refuse to teleport, but the system and the grind is designed with teleportation. Oh, okay. Should have read that earlier. My bad. When I asked the stupid question when you already answered that. So, yeah, that's... I get what you mean. So basically the game becomes too grindy if you choose to not make use of fast travel. That really sucks. That does suck. I think like open world design is a very interesting topic as well. Because the whole thing about open world is being able to explore, you know, having all that freedom. But then a lot of games that are open world, they do everything in their might to stop you from spending time in the open world. Or they just make it a chore. If you look at good open world games, prime example being like the older GTA games. Like GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas. Those are some of the best open world games because the worlds are unique, the cities are unique, and it's fun exploring them. And there's fun things to find that you can do in them. But then a lot of bad open world games, or maybe not bad, but like worse, they do a lot more copy pasting in the design, where so many areas feel the same. And instead of having fun things for you to explore and find, they just, again, copy-paste a ton of shit onto the map. And that distracts you from actually looking around the open world, from exploring. It's the same with having like an arrow pointing where you need to go. If you have an open world, and you have an arrow or a GPS, whatever, pointing into the direction where you need to go, your eyes are just going to be focused on that GPS. You're just going to walk, 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 and you're not going to look at the environment. You're just going to be focused on with that arrow. So you're not going to get distracted by something interesting you might find in the open world. So generally, as a gameplay tip, if you play an open world game and there is stuff worth exploring and it has like a function of like an arrow or a compass, whatnot, that points exactly where you need to go, try to minimize the usage of that, and the game can actually become a bit more fun. Try to actually just use the compass more, like, you know, not like a waypoint compass, but just like look at the map and go and be like, all right, my objective is like northeast of here. And then start heading into the northeast direction. And then you'll see that you'll actually get distracted by things in the map. And that can cause some fun exploration to happen. So that's like what I do with like the Fallout games, for example. Because I noticed that if I would just use the GPS, I'd just go straight in the direction. Whereas if I just look at the map and then, you know, head approximately in the correct direction, I see interesting stuff that I get distracted by. And that's what an open world should do, is act like, you know, something that distracts you and, you know, takes you off the beaten path. Something of interest, you know, there'll be like, oh, let's see what's over there. So, yeah. to never do this after playing enough games where the scenery seemed random. Yeah. Like in a lot of games, it's a lot less. It does depend on the quality of the open world. I'd say Ubisoft games are notorious for making the open world not interesting. I think Ubisoft games are like the worst example, where they just copy paste. Like no area feels that different than another area. They do look authentic in terms of style of like where they're historically based off of. Well, when I talk about Ubisoft games, I mean like, you know, stuff like Assassin's Creed. And even though I like Assassin's Creed because the combat is fun, the sneaking around is fun, the story is fun, um, I never found the open worlds appealing. Those were just, you know, yeah, yeah. A lot of repetitive tasks as well. That's definitely the weak point of. Yeah. I agree. There is some repetitive. There's definitely a lot. Well, some. There's a lot of repetition in Assassin's Creed. That's the thing I don't like about it. I think sneaking around as an assassin is fun. The combat is usually fun, and I like the stories and characters. Those are the strengths. But yeah, the open worlds and stuff like. That's why I always need a very big break from Assassin's Creed. Or to MMOs and crafting survival games. Yeah, I am definitely as well. I recently played through Minecraft again, which got me super addicted again. Holy crap. And sooner or later I'll probably like come back to Terraria and just so many other games in that style. I also like, you know, recently Subnautica also is kind of in that. I lost my mind when I realized you can make like a whole submarine in Subnautica. When I created that submarine, I was like, what? It's that big, I can go inside and have like a whole interior. That was great. Yeah, I really recommend Minecraft. You haven't been sucked in. Uh, I think with Minecraft, it is a bit more time consuming to get sucked into that game. Um, because you kind of need to like know what everything is. There's a lot to learn. Like probably a lot of wiki diving of like, hey, what does this do? What does that do? Once you kind of learn the ins and outs how everything works, that's when Minecraft really sucks you in. You kind of get to know like what the whole loop is, kind of. I guess definitely recommend to keep coming back to it. But there is probably some occasional wiki searching required. Um, but I enjoy looking things up on the Minecraft wiki. There are some games I like to do that, and some games I don't. And I guess it depends on how much fun and how interesting the game is. Like Dark Souls is also very interesting, and I'm willing to dive into the wiki to look up game mechanics or like item locations. But then there's other games that are so vague and uninteresting that I'm not willing to do that. Almost killed your hardcore run, and Subnautica glitched on the top of the Cyclops while underwater. I was standing on top of the sub, it wasn't underwater. Oh shit. Yeah, Subnautica was really good. And the only thing that is sad is I hear Subnautica Below Zero is not as good, the sequel. I haven't played it yet. I do have it. No, I don't have it yet actually. But I hear from everyone that it's good, but it's not as good as the first one. So that kind of sucks. Well, maybe they'll make a third game and it'll be better again. If you're very happy with that, well, then you can definitely play it. That's what I heard. That it's just good, but not as good. Like with, I think I heard like about the crafting unlocks not being like as well paced or something. Because that's what I liked about the first one. Definitely is like you unlock things steadily, and I'm constantly addicted. Like, oh, I just built this, or I got this blueprint. Now I can craft this, and then like every time you get like breadcrumbs of like new stuff you can build and craft. So it's constantly like, oh, I need to go do this. I need to do that. That's what I love about those kind of games is you always have something still to do, right? Oh, I gotta craft this. Now I can craft that. Now I can build this. That's the addictiveness of those kind of games, at least for me. And I heard that it's not as good in Below Zero, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I'll play it eventually. And you're watching for a sale. If you are looking for sales, I do recommend checking out. Maybe you already do. A website called gg.deals. Maybe you already use it. I don't know. But you can. Oh, you already have like a. Okay, good. Then you probably don't need that because yeah, I use that all the time, marking certain games, and then I get notified when it gets on discount. It's very useful stuff. Yeah. So over the link that I sent, it's you have the option to turn off key shops, which I do. This is because I in a lot of cases, keys being sold on those sites are often related to criminals that like use it to like uh, what's it called? Like there's like a lot of criminals who like steal someone's bank credentials and they buy a bulk of keys and then they sell it for cheap to like get profit, to like clean the money laundering. That's the word I was looking for. So I do not like buying on those key shops because of all the money laundering that's happening there. Yeah, exactly. But thankfully, this website has like an option to turn off key shops, so that's what I've turned off. And yeah, just one of those other things as well. Like I have so many games. I can just show my Steam. Uh, this is my Steam library, and I have like over 2,000 games. So there's never a reason for me to pick up games unless they're very niche. I usually pick up like the first in the franchise. Oh yeah, I actually I actually where is it? I actually got this game on Camel's recent game giveaway. I was yeah, I was watching Camel streams a bit in the background and then he was doing a giveaway. So and I happened to win the giveaway, so I chose this game. But yeah, I have too many games. Too many games. So I only like I actually bought like the Earth games today. Earth 2160, 2140. Like these are some classic RTS games. I picked up these were cheap, like a strategy sale. Um, I have a larger Steam library than you, but not by much. Yeah, it's smart. I'm happy to hear that you're a smart buyer as well. You know, you pick up games on sales because yeah, why would you, right? If you have that many games, you can just play something else and wait for a sale. So there's no reason to buy games at full price when you have this many. And this is only my Steam library. I have a whole bunch on GOG as well. I claim free games every week on Epic Games Store, and I have a ton of physical console games as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Rare to spend more than five. Exactly. Same thing. Like more than five is rare for me as well, unless it's like something I really badly want. Yeah, like Elden Ring, for example, or Dark Souls 3, or something else, right? Exactly. And like physically, I have like a lot of PS1 games, PS2, PS3, some Xbox 360 games, some GameCube games. So I have like a whole load here, um, as well. And yeah, I have like a lot of classic shooters. So I play Doom every Friday. Every Friday I play boomer shooters. I used to only play Doom every week, but I kind of got like burned out. I play Doom once, but I still play Doom every Friday. I have like over 1,000 hours. Um, Project Zomboid. That game actually is very old, but recently got a massive comeback. I actually owned that game on a platform called Desura, but that platform disappeared, so I lost my ownership of that game. Interestingly enough, I had a decent bit of games on that platform, but I lost all of it because the shop just disappeared, I guess. But I know how good Project Zomboid is. Um, I've been playing Rise of the Triad and some co-op games, Camel's Tolio. I still need to finish The Last World. Um, so much stuff. Yeah, Bolt Gun I played recently. Solid game, really recommend. And Wake. Wake 2 I just played today. There's so much stuff. CDDA, I'm not sure what that is. I have never heard of that game. So like similar, like the original Dwarf Fortress, where it's like just letters and stuff. Because I remember having played that back in the day, but that was hard.